I'm pleased to welcome you to look at some of our Cockerington cattle. I'm Ralph Needham, and over the course of the next few minutes I'm going to show you a selection of some of the cattle in the herd. The animals behind me are largely heifers sired by a Swedish bull called Avnäs Karlsson, and the bull behind me is another Swedish bull called Askham Famous from Lennart and Fredrik Nilsson's herd. The features we look for with a Cockerington cattle are first and foremost cattle that are easy care, cattle that are very easy and very quiet to deal with. Remember, these heifers here are only just over 3 years old and suckling the first calf. In addition, as the camera spans round these cattle, there will be another 12 heifers, which are 2-year-old heifers, again by Karlsson and going to Famous for the first time. This one here, she is 3 years and 3 months and suckling a very good bull calf. But you can see with her the amount of size that we've got. This is going to make a big cow by any stretch of the imagination. She's homozygous for the pole factor, and we know that that Famous is also homozygous. He's never left a horn calf. This one here, called Faris, got another bull calf, and again we're doing this in the middle of July, and bearing in mind that she calved way back in the middle of January. The thing that we like about Famous is obviously not only that he's a homozygous pole, but also he's incredibly easy calving. And the other thing we like about him is he's got length, and he's got very good muscling round here right down into his second thigh. Famous isn't quite as tall as Karlsson, who we'll be seeing later, but the features that I've just mentioned are incredibly important in breeding cattle. This heifer here, called Fifi, lovely quiet heifer, and although I've got some meal in my hand just to give to them, it isn't really necessary because all these animals are so easy to deal with. So as we move round the herd of this particular batch of cattle, you'll get an idea of the quality. You'll see how placid all of them are. It's quite a warm day here this morning, and I guess the temperature now must be getting on for probably 21, 22 degrees, but still the cattle are very, very placid, and as the camera moves round you'll see the majority of the calves laid down across there. And we can move through them quite happily, and again, just looking at my left here, these are 2-year-old heifers. Another quite nice one there, almost certainly homozygous heifer there as well. The other heifers, as I pointed out, such as the ones to our left there, they've been suckling these calves since the middle of January. So all of these calves that you see in this field are the progeny of daughters from our first Swedish bull, Avnäs Karlsson, and they've been sired by the second Swedish bull, Askham Famous. As I pointed out earlier, all of these are pole calves, and we strongly suspect that they are all homozygous for the pole factor. course, at this time of year you can see that as the heifers are losing the milk, that the calves are starting to get more of the nourishment themselves from the grass, and we strongly suspect that come weaning time in early August that these calves will really go ahead and start to perform. What a nice little bull calf there, and my guess that's another bull calf that's laid down on his right. There's a calf that's a lot of muscle to him. And clearly a calf there that's got some potential. I'm quite certain that once we've finished the analysis with breed plan next April and we've completed it with scanning, there'll be some calves here that have some quite good figures. Just looking straight ahead here with another lovely heifer there, clearly going to have some size. And if the camera just spans round a little bit to the right, there's a lovely 2-year-old heifer there. So then as I move through the herd, I'm just going to show you the oldest cow in the herd, and really indicative of how these cattle wear. This one is Tilly. She was born in February 02, and she has done incredibly well with the herd. By no means is she the biggest one in the herd, in fact probably one of the smallest, but she's bred incredibly well and always milked exceptionally well. She has never had a horn calf, and her temperament is something quite exceptional. So that's given you an insight into these cattle here as we move further forward through them and move on to the next batch. So this is Avnai's Carlson. At the moment, unfortunately, he's just in his front foot. But you can see what an absolutely wonderful temperament that this bull has. He is just brilliant to deal with, and he's passed this on to all his progeny, be it males or females. Obviously you're seeing him very much in his working condition. He's just been serving this batch of cows here, but this bull is just absolutely brilliant, and you can see, you get an idea of his size. Decent sized bull, but temperament and easy calving, those are his strong features. And if you look here, you can see the way that's creased down there, that he has some back end, and of course that's amply shown by his calves as we move around the field. Real good pole cow just on the left here. You can see the typical pole crest, the top of the head there. Very good quality cow. Incidentally, as regards Carlson, is the sire of his mother, a bull called Terminator, was probably one of the best bulls I've ever seen in my life. Just an excellent bull. His sire was an embryo transplant from Canada, and I understand that the mother of that sire was one of the very best pole cows in Canada. So now the camera's panning around the rest of the group of these cattle here. Gives you a bit of an idea of the quality that Carlson's leaving. Furthermore, many of these cows here will be going back in the breeding to a bull called Sportsman's Ranger, who was the son of Thronton Ideal, a bull that did an incredible amount of good for us. And of course in the background we've got years of Cockerington breeding in a line going right back almost 40 years. One of the other features you'll see is that we've kept plenty of milk in our cows here. Very important feature, and you'll see when we come across to one or two cows on the right here that I can see those cows are really milking incredibly well. See, a lot of these calves have really got some style to them. Look at this calf just on my left here. Super heifer calf here. And one behind it, the camera just can't see it now, but that's a good calf there too. And look at this cow, look at the amount of milk that she's giving. It's a wonderful morning in July here. Since we moved from the first field, the temperature's risen now. It's probably in the order of probably 24, 25 degrees. You see, look at the calf there, you can see that bull calf, he's going to have some back end to him. That calf there, that's some muscly calf there. That calf will really have some potential. So there we are. That's given you a vision of two of our batches of cows and calves, and it'll give you a flavour of the sort of cattle that we're producing, but probably more importantly it will show you how quiet these animals are, what a wonderful nature that they've got. So thank you very much for seeing this series of pictures of our Cockerington cattle. Thank you.